Welcome to the Morning Spike, guys. We're here to help you with all your fantasy football things, get your lineups together, and now it's draft season, guys. As the calendar turns into July, drafts are on your mind. You got to figure out who you need to be getting, how do you rank your wide receivers, how do you rank your QBs, what strategy should you be having going into your draft. If you're doing redraft league, this is what you're doing. If you're in a dynasty league, this is what you'd be looking at. Why do you have people in certain positions? Why do you need to looking for these running backs? Are any of these running backs worth having? We need to talk about all those things. So we're going to talk about it today. I'm here with Martin, of course, and we got Mark. What's up, man?
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, I'm just glad I got back from Florida.
Dude.
I get to be back on all my shows and talk about football.
Was it a whole week?
It was a whole. Well, I popped in every once in a while, but I was pretty much going the whole week. And,
that's record for you, man.
I was,
I'm like, this man's gonna take his laptop, bro. Ain't no way he's gonna be like going from his shows, bro.
Dude,
I was surprised.
Took my laptop. The internet wouldn't work.
There it is. So had the internet worked, you would have been on.
I was like, I'm trying my best.
That's hilarious, man. I was like, this man really took a week off. That is like amazing because I can't see you not behind the camera anymore. It's just like
my wife says, "Are you okay? Are you sure? You want to go buy internet?" I'm not buying internet for the resort.
Do you need to go buy some comics to make you feel better?
Oh, I did that.
I bet you did. Did you buy anything? Did you ship? Is that from Florida?
Yep.
So what you do? You bought them, shipped them, or you?
No, so I bought books, and I put them into the book and pressed them, and then I put in my to-go luggage. I wanted to make sure that it was perfectly pressed. You can't mess up my stuff.
Man has a problem. This man has a problem.
One day I'm gonna bring all my jerseys out so you can see I have a real problem. Like I got too many. It's stupid at this point. But there's still other teams I haven't gotten yet. I don't have anything from Seattle.
I got it. That's one thing I have on you. I have a Bobby Wagner one.
See.
But I have the old school one. I don't have that like the neon one or any nasty looking one. I have the old school kind of vintage looking one, that blue one with the grayish look. Yeah.
That's I want that with Marshawn Lynch. That's exactly what I want.
Yeah. So it was either him or Marshawn, but I'm like, I got a real big soft spot for Bobby right now. Like he's just my guy. That's my guy. So yeah. But
I mean, Mark, you should have all those. You live there.
I did. Back in the 90s, though.
Yeah, I still got my lunch money from the first grade. So I'm just saying I don't I don't throw nothing away.
All right, so what did you want to start with today with going into drafts and stuff like that?
So the first thing I want to talk about is in the first round, what is your strategy? If you're doing a redraft, dynasty, what is your strategy going into these different leagues?
So if it's a dynasty, wait, hold on. You say dynasty?
Well, let's do redraft first because redraft is the easiest one, and then we'll go to the harder ones and start when you go to dynasty because now you can look at your team and try to analyze stuff. But in a redraft, what is your thing in the first round? What are you looking for?
In the redraft, I don't care about rookies at all. Like I don't care. For say rookie, like redrafts don't matter. Rookies don't matter to me. I just don't know if they're going to hit. Sometimes they don't hit. Sometimes you got to wait 8 weeks until they hit. So rookies to me will never be in the first round ever. Just kind of like a food for thought. Like I just never do that in a redraft league. There's no point. I know a few years back we all did that with CEH.
Yep.
And he had that amazing week 1, and we're like, holy crap. And then after that, he just became like a regular running back. So it was like a lot of people drafted CH in the first round. That was the last time I think we had a top tier. Bijan, yeah. Well, Bijan did, and the same thing. So it's like I don't recommend getting rookies first 12 picks. Even
so
first
that's
24 picks. I would even go past the third round, maybe the late of the third, but that's got to be like a high reach for me still. I don't reach a rookie until like almost fifth or sixth.
So you tell me Marvin Harrison, you're the 12th pick, you're the
I will
redraft.
not get Marvin Harrison at the 12th pick. I don't care. I look, he's right now, McBride is the number one target right now until I see furthermore that Marvin Harrison establishes himself with Murray still. Like, I understand during camp and everything's all, ooh, it's great. He's the number one guy. But, like, until I see it game time, McBride's going to be the main target. Like, right now. And then Connor's going to be, like, the main go-to guy as well. Harrison just got there. I get it. For Dynasty, hell yeah. That's a total difference.
Dynasty, now we're talking about he's your first or second pick overall.
For redraft, I just stay away from rookies until like almost the sixth round. You just can't. It's you can't trust them.
All right, Mark. So what about you?
Yeah, I mean, like he said, unless it's like, like what in the last 5-6 years, there's only been like two people, really, Bijan and Clyde Edwards-Helaire, like. And even then, I'm not usually in a spot to get those guys. So I tend to go for the more established people I know, like what they're going to do, especially in the first round. Like, I'm not going to try to roll the dice. That's really what you're doing is gambling. You're like, I'm going to go with this guy. I hope he does something, but we really don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you even look at Bijan last year with all the hype. I mean, Arthur Smith, granted, he got fired, but
still, he didn't play him.
Basically, there's like half the games I feel like he just disappeared, and you're like, "That's my first round pick."
My number one overall selection. Nothing.
Like you want your most productive player basically to be your first round pick, and I don't know. For me, it's just I can't put that faith in a rookie.
Okay. I still like Marvin Harrison, but he's the only one that I kind of like.
Maybe in the later rounds, but I ain't like top. I'm thinking like
if I'm 12,
top 6, I'm not doing it.
If I'm 12 and I'm about to wrap around and I know I got another pick, that might be the time I'll get. And I might not even take him in the first round. I might take him in the second round just because he's just to wrap around.
I mean, also depends who else is available too. But like, later into this, maybe. But still, it's like, especially receivers, it's like really hard
because you don't know if you're gonna get the ball. You don't know if the quarterback's going to be good, but if you got rapport, everything that Marvin just said. If you don't have a rapport for Kyler, then you're
it might take a few games because there's practice player and then there's a game player. I guess two different personalities. Like it's the same player, same skills, same attributes that he has, but there's a different attitude going into the games on how you play. And sometimes game days crumble. Like you've seen Kyler buckle under pressure where there's just a really bad game and he kind of gives up sometimes. But he's so good that they can bounce back. Like Kyler's one of the most questionable but yet reliable quarterbacks. Like he's in that era where it's like, I know he's going to give me good numbers, but sometimes there'll be days where he just like won't. And I don't know if this is the day. But it's less of the bad than it is the good. So that's why I'm okay with it. How do I know it's not going to be that with Marvin? Like Marvin, I think is going to be good. Don't get me wrong. I think he's going to be a generational talent for the next couple of years. But
he might take some time to learn how to do it.
Right. And here's the thing. Like he's going to face DBs that have been in the league. They're a lot better than him. They've been in the league. They've dealt with all kinds of talent. It's not like these DBs haven't dealt with a first-round draft selection choice receiver before. They probably have one on their team, like in previous years. Like
they probably have one right now. Most teams have a number one wide receiver that came in being that dude.
Right, exactly. So, what makes you think that he's gonna be outdo this DB, this veteran DB, right off the bat? Like no. Like if you put Sauce in Marvin right now, I would 100% put all my money that Sauce would shut him down the first time they meet year one. Year two might be different. Might be different year two because at least at that point Marvin's like, all right, now I know what these guys are, what they can do. And damn, this is a different game. This is not the same college level. This is the real stuff. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm for me. So let's go back to the draft strategy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, rookies I can't do. And also, it doesn't matter to me whether receiver or running back sometimes in the first round, usually like, and this is redraft, I'll usually typically not get a quarterback unless it's like a super flex or something like that. Then maybe I'll consider that. But
how long do you wait for that quarterback?
Say what?
How long do you wait for that quarterback? Because I usually have a rule.
I still go
around
to
4 or 5. You guys are a lot later than I do.
I go to 6. I don't care. I go to 6th round. I make it almost every time. What's up, Brandon?
What up, B? It's morning. Been watching Keon Coleman highlights all morning. That's an interesting person. I mean, especially when we get to the Dynasty draft part, I wanted to talk about Keon Coleman.
All right, but yeah. So first that I like, I'll so when it comes outside of that, the other thing I'll look at is I won't get a QB first round. I won't get a QB second nor third. I'll probably wait till damn near 6th when I have a full established team that I know that either my number 1 receiver or number 1 running back is going to get injured. I'll still have a number 1 still sitting there to replace those numbers until they get back. The quarterback situation can go as deep as 15 QBs back and still have you manageable to get into playoffs, if not win. And I've done it multiple years and it's worked. Redrafts are so easy, dude. It's not even funny. Like it's really just a joke. And I typically just go for health reasons, health concerns, and who's the best available with my number 1 draft choice. Health and availability, really.
Yeah. Okay. What about you, Mark? Because I know you guys are very similar in a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, it depends on how the draft is going. I mean, if I'm sitting there at like 4th or 5th and there's like a top tier quarterback, it'll be hard to pass that up. Like if you're sitting in the 5th round and for some unknown reason, like
you're looking
Lamar
at Jalen
Jackson
Hurts
or Jalen Hurts is just sitting there, like and it also depends on like, so if Jalen Hurts is sitting there, I gotta imagine the other positions are probably a little bit lower in availability because obviously quarterbacks aren't being taken. Then maybe, but for the most part, I'm the same with Martin. I wait a little later because I like to establish my running backs, receivers, sometimes get a tight end depending on how high I want to do that. I usually wait for that too, but I don't know. I just like to get, I don't know. I really like my receivers and running backs to be solid, and then I can work around that.
I usually follow you guys with most of that, but before the 5th round, if I got a receiver that I know is going to eat with his quarterback and his quarterback's looking at me in the face, like say if I got AJ Brown.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that'd be the other thing too. If you can get a double
4th
stack,
round,
sometimes
I gotta go. Yeah, if Jalen Hurts is sitting there on 4th round, I got AJ Brown. I already got my 2 running backs. I got AJ Brown. I'm gonna probably go.
Yeah,
Jalen Hurts.
And that's kind of like what Mark was saying. Like if he's staring at you in the face, and it's like you don't want to do it, but you do it. You got to do it because if you know you have AJ, you're just gonna grab him. Just watch.
Right, as I said, it takes a pretty spectacular situation, but they are out there.
It changes the way you draft, and you're gonna have to alter a little bit. But you know that as long as these two aren't gonna get injured, you should be flying high,
killing it. No matter what, you're going to score 40 points a game with these two.
Yeah.
On Stop Shop says there's a lot of stacks that are going to pay off this year. Said Burrow is going late. I've been getting Burrow later and later in the draft, like 6th, 7th round. I've been getting Burrow.
That's what I'm saying. Like imagine getting like getting Jamar Chase, and then all of a sudden you're like 6th round. You're like Burrow.
Senior?
Like they're gonna be good. Like I don't know why people are sleeping on Burrow all of a sudden, but
just like Dak. The same. You get CeeDee Lamb in the 1st round, and Dak's sitting there looking at you in the 6th round. You're like
prime example for Dak. Okay. Like I've accepted that for the last 3 years, and Mark makes fun of me. Last year was the year I'm like, all right, you know what? Okay, I've waited till like the damn near 6th round, and he's still sitting there. Guess what? He was almost MVP. Like, and people were like, Dak sucks, and he's trash, and he's not able to do it. Yeah, maybe in playoffs, But for fantasy, bro. And it's like, dude, you can wait. Like redrafts they're so easy. Like they're just child's play, man. Like they really are.
To piggyback back on him, the difference between Josh Allen, who is by far the number one fantasy quarterback, right, and Jared Goff, who's number 14 overall, is not much. It's you'll be surprised by how much you can get out either one of those. So if you wasted the first or second round on Josh Allen, and I waited to the ninth round and got Jared Goff, guess what? I'm probably winning. I'm probably doing a better job.
Because you've in that round where I took Josh, you probably grabbed a way better running back or receiver than I did. And that's the thing. I see running backs are so scarce. And especially this year. This year is probably going to be the most scariest year for running backs. I am so scared right now that I have 7 on my Dynasty league, and I still don't think I'm good enough. Like, here's the thing.
No, and I'm talking about that.
Because there is so many like every team now, there is no such thing as the prime running back anymore. And that's just key point. Like there's just no thing. And you give me one, oh yeah, Taylor. No, they're probably gonna 50-50 him a lot. People are getting smarter now. These coaches are getting smarter. Like we can't just run our dude into the dirt anymore. And I think that the running backs I say this only this year because this year the class that came in, they just suck. And say what you want to say.
And you don't know what you're gonna do. Dynasty, as far as running back this year, is gonna really, really hurt.
And so redraft is even harder because they're gonna be hitting the waivers almost every week for a new running back every week. And there's always 3 or 4 of them that get hurt within the first 2 weeks. And then it's everybody's like grabbing this unknown named unsigned rookie out of some community college. And then they're like the next big thing.
And next you know he's Kyron Williams.
Like, bro. And it happens.
The one-stop shop says Amon-Ra and Goff ain't even too bad. I agree. You Amon-Ra late and you end up getting Goff. All of a sudden you got this great stack. And Goff was slept on this year. He had all the new weapons last year. This year he is going to look great. And I mean, Sam Laporta. Oh, I love Sam Laporta. So I'm 100% in there. And you know, I don't like. Well, I only hate one team. That's only Green Bay. But everyone else, I don't necessarily have to like. But I respect the hell out of Detroit. I think that team is going to be really good this year.
What's crazy about them? They re-signed. They extended all these people.
I know.
And next year they have the 6th highest cap space.
It doesn't make sense.
How?
Money market. They need New Orleans needs
extended their quarterback. You know, he's a huge chunk. Receiver, huge chunk. Offensive lineman, huge chunk. No, still 6 months cap space.
And they have we were just talking about running backs. They have 2 of their top 16 running backs are on their team. 2 of them. Like it's unfair. You look at them, and their defense got better because they got people. They finally got some defensive backs. So that team is just going to be interesting.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we just talked about the running backs. I want to kind of run through those. How do you even put a tier 1 on him? I mean, you have Christian McCaffrey.
Still on redraft, right? We're still on redraft.
Yeah.
Okay.
So right now you have Christian McCaffrey, and then like whatever, and then maybe Breece Hall and Bijan and Jonathan Taylor. But the difference between Christian McCaffrey and Jonathan Taylor could be huge. You know, Jahmyr Gibbs might be better than us. It's hard to rank these guys right now. You don't know if Travis Etienne is going to get the touches that he got last year. You don't know. It's hard trying to figure out what's going on at running back. So how do you guys try to figure out who's going to be the good running back this year? Case in point, Kyron Williams. Kyron Williams right now is ranked number 7 among running backs. But we all know he's one ankle injury from not being the starter.
Mark, you want to take this or you want me to go?
Well, I mean, I look for people who you know. I mean, granted, like Martin said, nobody's going to be running the ball all the time. But for me, like, you have to evolve as football evolves, and you got to find the guys who are going to catch the ball out of the backfield, basically. Like, I feel like they run the ball, but they only run the ball to set up the pass now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no longer that team, except for maybe the Ravens. We'll see what their offense looks like, but I mean, they got Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson, so they might use the run to set up the pass. But other than that, I feel like most teams are running that similar system to like what the 49ers do. And like, sure, McCaffrey makes it look easy when he breaks his big runs, but I feel like he gets most of his touchdowns by catching the ball. Mm-hmm. So you got to look for those running backs who are versatile, who can catch the ball out of the backfield so you can maximize the amount of touches they're going to get. Because you basically, at the end of the day, you want a running back who's going to get the ball. And that's harder and harder to figure out because, like Martin said, everyone's running 2, 3, 4 running backs deep now.
No, I 100% agree. I'm actually to a point where I'm ranking my running backs. I'm looking like my Rashad White, for me, though he's probably ranked 15 in most running back list, is higher because I could trust him getting the ball out of the backfield, especially now we're going towards PPR and things, half point, full point PPR.
Yep.
You need someone who's going to be able to touch the ball, who's going to catch the ball. So that raises him up for me. So like, I would probably put Rashad White right next to Travis Etienne. You know, like if someone takes Travis Etienne, I have no Rashad White. I have no problem with it. I have no problem taking James Cook, even though you're jumping for Saquon Barkley. These are just things that at this point you have to decide how you want to run your thing, your league, and if you have PPR, that should dictate how you'll rank your running backs. Really.
Mm-hmm.
One stop shop. You gotta pray about them running backs and get a handcuff. You can't just get without JT without Sermon. Can't get CMC with Elijah, and then can't get Connor without Benson.
Yeah, I think you get CMC without Elijah. But Connor and Benson be on to something there.
I'm surprised.
But it's not
the
even
name
Benson.
Sermon's in
Michael.
Here.
I told you that Sermon was going to be the backup running back there.
That man yet.
I said it. Nope. I told you all season.
Let me believe in my man Evan Hall still. All right.
Evan Hall is ranked 3rd right now on everyone's depth chart.
Yeah,
he'll outbeat him.
Well, I'm just saying, like, even with the Connor Benson behind Benson, you got Michael Carter, who
you do Michael Carter,
can still play football.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
the Jets. I mean, that dude was
like,
good.
When Connor got hurt, Michael Carter basically took over, and they didn't really miss a beat in the running game when he came in. So it's like 3 deep. Like,
Michael Carter did the same thing with the Jets. Michael Carter has been a good running back everywhere he went. He just doesn't get the opportunity.
Yeah.
So when it comes to running backs for redraft, for me, it's and in one stop shop. This is not. I'm not trying to like crap on what you just said here. Yes, you need the handcuffs, but I'm not gonna plan on getting the handcuffs. That makes sense. Like if the handcuff is there later rounds, I'll do it, but I'm not.
Oh yeah, I go out of my way to get a handcuff.
No, I'm talking a one-stop shop. Like they specifically said, go ahead, get a handcuff, and that's fine. But I'm not planning for that because there's still enough kind of running backs. Like most, and I'm just saying, like if you play in a 10-man league, definitely not worried about it. But in a 12 to 14-man league, like that extra 2 teams makes it more scarce because those 2 teams are also grabbing another 4 running backs themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So which kind of like takes away from the RB2s. Like you almost want to think about your RB2s like they're going to be valued at some point. Some of these stars are going to go down. And guess what? You're going to be that guy to have them. Like you almost draft the 1 and the 2s throughout the entire process, all through 15, 16 rounds. That just happens. For the handcuffs, it's like if they're there after round 9.
Yeah, I was going to say round 10. That's exactly what I was going to say.
But your first 8 rounds, I'm not doing that, man. Because your first 8 rounds, you're getting
still valuable still. You're still
getting your 7 starters.
Yeah.
Plus another, well, besides kicker and defense. So so your 7 starters, which I would rotate within your third, your RB3, wide receiver 3, and your tight end 2, and your QB 1. So depending on how you do that, like I'm still establishing the team up until like round 9, and then you start looking at, okay, this is what I want to do as for backups. So, like again, I'm not planning on it, but yes, I understand what you're trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
They all are still liabilities.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Nothing's guaranteed. An injury-prone running back is every running back, and I agree, Martin. I would get a handcuff in a trade or of anything. It is something I'm going in planning. Yeah. I will say this though, I like the Benson handcuff with Connor a lot. I think that might be something I would probably, if I'm getting Benson, getting Connor, I'm probably looking for, before I get my my defense and kicker, I'm looking.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I might even not get a kicker and make sure I'm picking up Benson, and then go, along the trash heap and find something.
Yeah.
And I only play with 14, 16 team leagues, so that's why I'm a little bit more essential to me. But I agree with Martin, absolutely.
Yeah, and I say the average should be about 12. Average is about 12.
What up, Anthony?
Hey, what's up, man? I missed that. 14, 16 is those are the diehard degenerates, which I like. And the 10 teams, like, that's baby stuff, man. Like, just what are you doing, man?
Going in the comments.
What are you laughing at?
Oh my God, you got all those? Good Lord.
Jesus, yep. This man has an issue, man. I don't understand him. I don't understand him.
It's funny because they're sitting here because I want to sit here for like 3 hours after the show and just read.
That's crazy, man. You're gonna have a library by the time. You're gonna have your own comic book shop selling all this stuff eventually. Old man Brian is gonna be talking about football and selling his comics in his store. He's gonna be doing his show from his store.
From my new store, guys.
No, he's just gonna have a collectible store, and it's gonna be like half sports, half like pop culture.
All his old,
like
old
weird
stuff.
People are gonna come in and be like, I don't know what to make of this, but I kind of like it.
He's retiring. He knows he's gonna die, so he's like, you know what? I'm gonna sell it all to somebody who wants it.
No, so I when my girls get married, it's all going away. Selling it all. That's gonna be my funding for all their weddings.
All right.
I got probably 50, 60 grand of stuff, so yeah, it'll be fun.
It's crazy, man. Okay, so I don't know how much more redraft you want to talk about, but
I only want to talk about one more thing, honestly, redraft.
Okay, so I got one more like weird issue that probably nobody cares about, but it does help. Go ahead.
I want to hear it. So when we're talking, if you are doing super flex and you have to get that early quarterback, right?
Mm-hmm.
How late do you try to get that second quarterback, or you're still trying to get 2 quarterbacks in the top 6 rounds?
You're getting the top 2 in the first 6 rounds. They're gonna go flying so fast that if you don't have your 2, you can get your 3rd after like maybe 8th round. But like, yes, the first 6 rounds, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Because of you're like, those are your number, your breadwinners right there. Your numbers are gonna come from those guys. So your first round, if you're not getting a running back, you're either grabbing Christian McCaffrey or freaking, I don't know, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase. There's another one you're probably not, if you're not getting a quarterback. Bijan, I don't even know about Bijan, but the thing is, like, you better have an established dude there that's going to produce numbers, like QB numbers, that if you're gonna pass up on a QB in a freaking super flex, ain't no way I'm gonna not know.
All right.
Like, yeah, for me, I'll probably have both my quarterbacks before the 5th round.
I think quarterbacks go about 20 deep. I think you can be 20 deep in the super flex. So you have to plan around. Of course, you get in the first one early, but depending on what everyone else is doing, that's why I wanted to kind of determine when I'm going to get my second quarterback. Because if we get to round 3 and no one else is taking the second quarterback yet, then I'm going to wait, knowing that I have another 9 quarterbacks 9 quarterbacks that I can
Or
take and be
if
okay.
no one's taking a second quarterback, you take your second quarterback and you have a better second quarterback than anybody else.
So,
Yeah, that works too.
like for me, it would be first round QB.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to be, and I would like to do this, but because your league mates are sometimes stupid, and then somebody sees, oh crap, they're doing it, I'm gonna do it too. Oh
now.
crap, those two are
Oh
doing
my
it,
god,
I'm gonna
monkey
do
see,
it.
monkey do.
And it goes on a run,
Huge
and it's
thing.
like now the whole league is scared, and they start doing like I hate that. So I would like to be is get a QB and a superflex, and this is why I don't play superflex. Superflex is just I get
It's
it.
not like
I
football.
understand
It's
it. I played
unnatural.
it. It's just not. It's the natural is big emphasis on because it's not. It's not at all. No way. I don't see 1, 2 QBs on the field. I see one. I'm sorry. I could have a whole roster on the field at the same time if I decided to, but I just no. Anyways, QB1. I'd like to go running back 2, receiver 3, maybe get another running back in the 4, and then my 5th round getting that QB and then receiver. And it's depending if it's half people, like if it's half or full. If it's full, I'm gonna flip flop those positions and make it priority receiver first before the running back. If it's half, I'm still keeping it the same way. But full to me is damn near cheat codes for the receivers.
All right, awesome. I've never done a redraft. So
Good
let's
man.
talk about redraft then.
Woman,
let's start talking
whatever.
about Dynasty.
Good person. Look, I can't believe I wasted so much years of my life doing redraft. It's whatever. I wish I knew about it sooner.
So now I want to know, you guys, how do you figure out what you're going to do in your Dynasty drafts? First round. What are you looking for now in your first round? Are you looking at your team? Are you looking for best available player? Are you looking just for, who's the best rookie? What are you looking at going to your first round of your Dynasty draft?
In a startup, for me, I'm getting best available. Best available. Hold on. Best available that it's going to give me at minimum 3 years. I'm not getting best available, and I know they're going to leave next year after they, like, in 2 years. Like, I'm not getting Devontae Adams. I'm not getting, he's probably not even first round anymore, is he?
He's ranked right in front of DK Metcalf.
Yeah, so he's kind of deteriorated a little bit, but he's still good. Like, I'm not getting somebody who's going to be gone in 2 years. I need at least, I know they're going to be there 3 years, but best available. Like, for me, if I'm starting a dynasty right now, today, and I'm somewhere in the middle of the pack or towards the beginning, JJ's my number 1 right now. Justin Jefferson. That's my number 1 right now. But despite of what's going on with Minnesota, I know at some point, some way, he's the best there is, and at some point that he's going to be with a good QB at some point. At some QB is going to be, it could be JJ McCarthy.
It could be JJ McCarthy. Yeah, exactly.
We don't know that, but I'm just saying, like right now, I'm still grabbing him regardless of the situation. Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
I think if you like go into show more and then there's a little description, I think it's like the second to the bottom link. It's like the Nerd Huddle. Like it's a bunch of movie reviews and stuff like that. So if you ever need to send us something, look at your team or something, we'll do it as well. So some of the viewers do that. Mark, what do you
All right. So no, keep it going. So you're looking at Justin Jefferson. So if we're doing starting a dynasty league, how young is too young? Who, are you going rookies in your first round of your dynasty league? Are you looking for more established younger guys, 24 to, maybe 24 years old? And how long do you wait to get a quarterback?
I'll let Mark answer that one first.
There's a lot of questions. No, when it's a startup dynasty league, I am definitely valuing youth over like older, more established players. Not necessarily rookies though. I mean, it depends. Like if in the second round Marvin Harrison's sitting right there, might just roll the dice. You never know. But like in my first round, I want to try to get the most established younger player. Like you said, JJ would be perfect. What is he, 26?
Yep.
You know, he still has a minimum 10 years probably in the league. You have a receiver you don't have to worry about for the next 10 years. Like I said, perfect right there. But he's probably more than likely going to go close to number one in most drafts, I would say.
Oh, man. Juan says, give me CD.
CD, that's not a bad one either. I mean, I have CD. So, you know,
do you like CD more than you like Jamar Chase?
I
do.
I would put them equal. I don't know.
I would take CD over Jamar Chase.
I would take CD right now, just health-wise, just because CD's proven he can play multiple seasons without getting hurt, whereas Jamar Chase, whether it's his quarterback getting hurt or him getting hurt, I don't know, they just don't seem to be able to stay healthy in Cincinnati. But from a projected point standpoint, I think they're pretty equal to me. But because of the health issues, I would go CD over Jamar.
Most rankings have CD as the number 2 right behind Justin Jefferson. So
well, he was the number 1 receiver last year. So
yeah, I mean, but Justin Jefferson didn't play. So that's kind of like, but yeah, I agree with what you're saying, though. Yeah, I really do.
Well, even if Justin Jefferson did play, he might not have been number 1. Kirk Cousins got hurt.
I don't know. They're still feeding him the ball.
Yeah.
Doing whatever.
As far as quarterback, that's a tough one. Because I don't even think I have the same quarterbacks that I started with in my Dynasty.
You don't even. You just got quarterbacks this year, so that's it.
I'm pretty sure I got Kyler Murray late, and then I ended up trading him for. Oh no, I traded for Kyler Murray, so I don't even know who my quarterbacks were when we first started.
Your first quarterback was Carson Wentz. I remember that.
But I picked him up too.
I don't
even know who I drafted.
How do you not know who you drafted the first year?
I don't know. That's a good question. I'm like, I don't even know who I drafted.
Jesus, man, that's crazy.
But hey, I got Goff and Purdy now. So
Purdy now, yeah.
Good. Yeah. Oh, Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson was probably
and then you traded him after you held on to him for 2 years during the
first year. The first year I had Deshaun Watson, he was the number 5 quarterback, and I was like, heck yeah! And then everything broke, the sexual assaults and everything, and I was like, this sucks.
I remember now.
So then I was just picking up and streaming quarterbacks for an entire 2 years and making
Carson Wentz for 2 years. Let's go, baby.
Kept on believing him. Like, yeah, he's coming. He's gonna turn it around, guys. This is the time. I know it.
And then I randomly picked up Goff in the draft, and then I traded for Purdy. Or I picked up Goff randomly 2 seasons ago. During the season. I just picked him up because he was available. I was like, well, I get a quarterback.
You did an honest trade for Purdy, and that's what I thought that was pretty cool. In our league, Mark was with one of his parents, and he was able to. He did a trade, but it was a trade that I looked at. I was like, yeah, that's equal. That there was no complaint because there's other people that would do it and try to take advantage of it. Mark did not do that, so he has my, my respect for that always.
Yeah.
That's
what about you, Martin? When do you go quarterback dynasty?
Quarterback dynasty? That's a tough one because, I'm just thinking it's one QB, right? I'm not.
Yeah, we're doing our a regular dynasty.
I'm not. I don't think I'm doing first round again. I don't think so. I'm not doing second round again. I feel like I'm still these guys are going to be there years to come. I feel like if you're not the earliest, I would go in a dynasty startup, and just because I know they're going to be yours forever, you can't just wait like you can on redraft. The earliest I'll go is 3rd or 4th because I know what I know they're going to be that good, and I think that's when I did with ours. Which is crazy is I've always been a Josh Allen fan. I've always been since his rookie year. And I think I've loved him before the hype. I actually drafted Dak Prescott before Josh Allen. And I think yes. And I got him before the hype and I knew he was going to be good because there was something special about him. I grabbed Dak, and I think in the 5th or 4th round. I think in the 5th round, 5 or 6 years ago. I think it was 5 years ago. Grabbed Dak in the 5th round at the time. And then I think I got Josh maybe in the 8th or 9th. Because
I just don't know. If we started a dynasty league right now, I don't know. I'm the 212. And Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen are sitting there, it will be very hard for me to skip on them, knowing, I'm the 212. Like I'm gonna get the opportunity.
212?
Yeah, I don't know if I can.
I feel like if you're the 212, because you have to wait another 24 picks before I feel like you just grab their number one weapon and your QB.
Yep, that's exactly
at the 212. I feel like that's what you have to be. Yeah. If like that's that's kind of sucks, man. Like it's just like you have to wait so long, and so many good players
drafting again tomorrow. So I have to get.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I just can't, man. It's. I guess depending on how the draft and your league mates go, but overall, that's not what I typically would want to do.
And he said, "Do you gamble to take a kicker before the last 2 rounds?" Before we can answer, Tua said, "Do you gamble and remove kicker position for your leagues?"
Gosh.
Kicker's fun. Kicker's a fun position to talk about.
Tua, you have to have fun with a kicker. But you have to, you can't just have the regular settings, okay? You have to make negative points for these guys. I'm telling you, if you do that, it makes it so much fun, because now you are looking at these kickers like you want them to miss every single time they go up, especially if it's the opponent's kicker.
It is the funnest Monday Night Football, and they miss 2. They're up, and they miss 2 30-yard field goals.
The best. It is the best. Like everybody is looking at this kicker. Right. The one,
they're up by 2, they miss the extra point.
Ooh.
Yeah, this could reset the entire league's chart. If this one kicker misses it, that league or that individual loses, that entire team goes down 2 spots, and then guess what? You make playoffs week 10 or 12. Because of that freaking loss to that. It's amazing. Like, you have to have negative points if they miss on their yardage, depending on how far they go. Like for us, we just upped it to anything between 0 and 19 yards. That's -3, because they shouldn't be missing that. That's literally their job. They should not be missing anything that close, because these dudes can hit them from 40 plus, right? Every 10 yards, add another point on that. -2, -1, -0.5. Now, 50 yards and up, I those I understand. Those are just kind of ridiculous. So if they miss it, they miss it. But anything before that, nah, man. Take some points. Make it funny.
Right.
All right. One Stop Shop says, how do you value Drake London with Kirk Cousins? I traded AJ Brown for Drake London and got the 112 after. I hear Kirk was coming. Then I picked up Coleman with the 112. So he ended up traded AJ Brown, ended up with both Drake London and Keon Coleman.
I like it. I like it.
You traded a number 1 receiver for 2 number 1 receivers.
Essentially. Well, from what we hope. I'm not going to give Coleman that either. I'm not giving Coleman that yet. Because the next year, if they draft, because Coleman, you got to remember, Coleman's a very good receiver. He battles for the ball. He's a very big dude. He plays bigger than what he is, like Devontae Smith. He's a small guy.
He plays very big.
Yeah. So I'm saying, that's what Coleman is. Next year, it wouldn't surprise me if the Bills go back into the draft and get themselves a receiver that's completely opposite from him. That's 10 times faster. Coleman's not fast, guys. He is slow as shit.
He ran a 4.6 40 or something like that.
That's slow.
Just for instance, I ran a 4.7.
That's slow, okay? But he plays monstrous. He battles for the ball.
Huge hands. He catches at the tip of the ball, the point, high point of the ball.
He
The
could
dude
jump.
is
Coleman's going to be a very
He's
good
on the
red zone
taller side,
target.
isn't he? Like 6'3"?
6'3".
He's going to be a very good red zone target. The thing is with
I say he can jump, so Josh Allen can just lob it up.
Right, I'm saying like he could do everything except for outrun somebody. Like that's it. He has smooth routes, and that's what helps him. If those routes weren't smooth, he'd struggle bus for him. But I like that trade. I value Drake London very high this year.
Let me tell you, that dude's.
I like Drake London this year. I think is going to be very good, despite on who's throwing. Those three quarterbacks can like Penix is probably my biggest worry, but I know what I got out of the original two that are there. Well, not original, but Heineke's been there, and he can get it. And supposedly these other two guys are better than Heineke. So should I be concerned? No, absolutely not.
So he was coming off a championship year, and AJ almost cost him. So I can see why you would get rid of him.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some emotional damage there. So, yeah, get rid of him.
So, tight end premium for kickers. I don't know how I've ever thought about that. What's next? Waterboy premium?
So, tight end premium, yeah. Yeah. Like, you give them negative points, man. I'm telling you, if you do it,
your
it's
league
funny.
Interesting.
It's funny, man. I'm telling you. You guys, like, diss on the kickers, but if you start adding negative points to the kickers, it is hilarious.
Those 4-point leads going into Monday Night Football are not safe.
I'm telling you, it's happened, and it is great. It is great. You love your kickers at some point. At some point in your sometimes your kickers actually win you the week.
Curtis Samuel could have a solid season in Buffalo. MVS shouldn't be slept on either. But as a biased Coleman owner, I'm saying he's a wide receiver number one. I believe Curtis Samuel will be the wide receiver number one going into it. And then eventually Coleman will take over.
Yeah.
Oh, we got Worthy too. I think he said it was you.
Yeah. I think you're good. I'm not hating that. And AJ's like, he's good, but for London and Coleman, I'll be okay with that. Like I'm fine with that.
That's a good question. You think Myers would be a good draft knowing Brock is there and a better tight end? No.
I don't think either.
Myers is a second, maybe not even second, maybe a third like tight end. I don't know if I'm going there with that. I mean, I feel like
no, man.
You have too many good tight ends out there, too many decent tight ends out there for me to be drafting Myers. If I'm getting Myers, he's something I'm picking up off waivers.
Waivers, yeah. I was gonna say
he's not gonna be wavered. I think he's getting drafted. Myers might be drafted.
Or tight end? I mean, tight ends a lot deeper than it was.
We are now getting to the tight ends that are now coming, and since 2020, I want to say since 2020, we have been getting better tight ends. They've been coming into this league and they're actually making impacts where they used to. And I still think they're like, some of them still take about 3 years still till they reach their full like ceiling. But I think right now the tight ends are kind of coming in and they're learning quicker, or they're just being bred differently right now. And I think Myers,
or we say Mayer, it's Mayer, whatever. But
whatever, the dude's,
yeah, we all know what we're talking about.
The fact is, the Raiders went after Brock Bowers literally the year after they, and I don't like that. I don't like that because it's like, okay, well, why'd you draft both of them really high? Like, obviously, Brock Bowers just fell to them, and they're like, well, we have to because he's good. But again, we've been seeing the Raiders been doing this with a lot of tight ends. I think last year's room was almost
they
5
had
or
like
6
4. It was crazy. We were like, you do keep on collecting all of them like they're like infinity stones, like
so
new tight end. Like what you do it?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But I'm not. He's not my first, second choice of getting him. Would be a good draft. I don't think it'll be a good draft. It'll be a okay draft, if that makes sense.
Here's my issue though, because I mean Isaiah Likely's the number 22 tight end. Am I going Isaiah Likely, who's the second option? Yeah, I'd rather go him than Mayer any day.
Yes.
Like there's give me Cade Otton, give me Jawan Johnson. I'll take Hunter Henry over over that. So that that's where I'm like, I don't know if I draft him. I don't think I draft Mayer.
Yeah, I'm not.
I mean, I think Mayer becomes an option if you're in like a 16 league, 16 league, there's 16 team league where 32 tight ends at minimum have to be drafted. Then maybe, but even then, there's got to be a number 1 tight end somewhere, probably better.
I mean, do you take Mayer or do you take Gesicki?
Gesicki.
Do you do Mayer or Dawson Knox?
Dawson Knox.
You hear what I'm saying? So now we're getting down to that's 30-31.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you have 16 team league, there's 32 starting tight ends.
Yeah. So right now,
so 32 there's already that before you even get to Mayer.
Jatavian Sanders is number 32 ranked on tight end right now.
He just got there. He hasn't even played a damn. Get out of here. How is he already 32?
Zach Ertz is 35.
That's insane. Well, that I can see.
Because he's hurt. He's hurt. And Ben Snow.
Ertz is done.
It's going to be cool. But Ertz might be a better choice than Michael Mayer. He might be. So that's my point is that when you really start looking at it, like, do I really want to draft him? Now, I say all this stuff, and in week 3, you see him catching the damn ball, you go get him. But I don't think I draft him.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm good on that. There's too many good talents already out there than ahead of him to not even worry about him. Yeah.
All right. Rookies.
What's up, Antonio? How are you, man?
Oh, sorry. Anthony. So,
rookies.
Yeah, so I have 2 good tight ends on my team. It's crazy to see who's going to get the ball, Raiders and the Bills. Bills are the team that's going to use their tight ends more than the Raiders will.
I'm just saying. I think he's just saying like they got Kincaid and Knox, they got Mayer and Brock
and Brock Bowers. But you have Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely, who's done more than everybody. So like, right. I think we are forgetting about certain guys, and we're gonna get to the season and realize, well, it might be better to have Cole Kmet and what's his name? I hate him. Gerald Everett. Yeah, like you will be surprised about these guys. So just be open.
Yeah,
you might find you got Voldemort with Jawan Johnson. That might be a better combination. And having those 2 tight ends there than you're not.
I'm actually getting I'm getting over freaking him. Freaking is it Daniels? Daniels over on New York Giants.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about.
That's what I'd rather get. Is it Daniels?
Daniel Bellinger. You're talking about Bellinger.
Yeah, Daniel Bellinger. That's what I'd get over freaking Meyer.
Yeah.
Waller retired, guys. Like,
yeah, he's gone.
Next man up. Down. And Daniel Jones likes him. All
right. So as I was saying, rookies, guys. We know all the top rookies. We know, Maserati. You know what's going on. Who are the ones that you should be looking at? If you're in a dynasty league, who you should be looking at to try to really make your team younger and better in the 3rd and 4th round of a draft.
3rd or 4th round.
Yeah. Rookie, you can do 2nd, because I mean, honestly, a rookie draft, second round, 3rd round, those are hard. Still trying to decide how long do you wait till you try to get a running back in these rookie drafts? When do you draft these receivers? When do you get Worthy? When do you there's a lot of them.
I think if I'm gonna be 2nd in the rookie draft, kind of want to say third round. You're looking at Jalen Polk out of New England. Ricky Pearsall. Ricky Pearsall is probably one of them because once Ayuk's gone, like it doesn't seem like yeah, he might be there this year. Like if he plays this year, he plays this year. But I don't think Ayuk's going to be there next year. Let's just say that. Like it's already like once the word starts out, like they might not work anything out next year, but I think Ricky Pearsall might be established for next year. Because he's going to be the number 3 there. The other guy I'm looking at
number 2.
Say what?
Possibly number 2.
Yeah, no, I'm saying he's the 3 this year. Possibly, You're saying possibly 2 this year.
Once he gets
if that, yeah. But I still think Brandon Ayuk plays the Niners this year. I don't think they meet terms. Yeah, I think it's just going to be a frustrating year for him. But we'll see. And the other one, and I really don't like this team's situation this year because I think they're going to suck. But Troy Franklin might be good.
That's a good one.
In Denver once they figure things out over there.
He literally was on my list. So like, yeah, that's a good one.
Did I just deplete your list? My bad. I'm sorry.
That was a good one. That was a really good one.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But yeah, no, I feel like those guys, you know, because Jordan Brooks, Benson, Blake Corum are probably gonna go right off the bat.
I think Blake Corum is a second rounder. Yeah.
Yeah, first 2 rounds. Bowers is going to be first 2 rounds. Xavier McKinney might be. McConkin might be first 2 rounds. Mitchell might be first 2 rounds. But yeah, these guys are going to be their first round. Where if you're looking at Polk, who, yeah, it's not a nice situation in New England, but he's going to be the number 1 for like the next couple of years.
So like you in the 4th rounder and Polk is there. I think Polk is Jalen Polk is a good draft.
Yeah, I think you're smashing that.
I think the same thing about Marshawn Lloyd. If I'm in the back end of my 3rd round and Marshawn Lloyd is sitting there looking at me, I'm probably going to draft Marshawn Lloyd. Right. And I hate Green Bay. So, but I still respect the process enough to say, I probably am looking that way. Am I looking at Bucky Irving? Probably more of a late 4th, early 5th.
What about Ed Stenot? I think he's a good 3rd round look.
I think Ben Stenot.
I'll like him. I'll pass on him.
I like him more in my 6th rounder and see what he does.
Yeah, I'm not going that high on Ben Stenot. No way.
But Braylon Allen is at the top of my 4th. 3rd, 4th. Braylon Allen, I think, could be something special. Why not take a flyer on him?
Healthy though.
But that's why you take a flyer on him.
But hold on, but it has been a couple years since he's been injured, so that injury bug might be gone. But there's still at the same time, it's like things happen and they might reimmerse the older he gets. I'm just saying. I like it.
Don't be surprised if someone grabs Will Shipley in the middle of a 3rd round or late 4th round or early 4th round, and then he does well. That's another guy that I'm just looking at 3rd, 4th round that might really benefit you later.
Another guy there is probably Roman Wilson in that area. Roman Wilson. Like these guys, like people look at their first pick and they're like, all right, I got the first 2 picks done. I like it. And then they go into their drafts like, I'm just going to leave it up to faith on the next few rounds to see who's there. No, you got to.
Whatever the computer says, that's what I want to grab.
You got to dig deep, my guy, because if it's Dynasty, you got to make sure you got the right ones. And it sucks because not all of them pan out. A lot of these rookies don't pan out. It happens. As good as they are, they come in, they're like, yeah, they're going to be the truth. Like, I'm telling you right now, I don't believe in Brooks. I don't believe in him. I don't think that the Carolina Panthers are going to like really like rely on him by next year. I think they're going to grab another running back. There ain't no way they're going to just give it to Brooks.
You don't know.
Brooks good for this year, but you have to remember that Miles Sanders had a bad year. He might just come out of the woodwork. You know what? What am I doing? I'm letting these 2 kids run me all over. he might just come back and blow it out of the water. And Chuba Hubbard's been kind of like decent.
You never know what's going to happen. I mean, but he's kind of reliable still, unfortunately.
Because you can't deny Miles Sanders what he did in Philadelphia. He did good.
Yeah, that's true.
What's up, Kadani? How are you, man?
I got one more for you guys. Braden Rice, I think, is worth a flyer in your third or fourth round. If you're looking at the end of your third round,
a lot of people are liking him.
I like I love what Jerry said about what he's going to. I'm your coach now. We're gonna get after this. I think being on that team, I think the respect in that area, and you have a quarterback there that can throw the ball around to everybody. So if you become, a slot receiver for Brendan Rice,
the Chargers are so.
And you give him in the fourth round.
Yeah, I agree. He's got pedigree, dad.
But it's in the coast area. It's in the coast. Like I think that might just really warrant throwing the flyer out on the fourth round and saying, "Wow, this!" And then all of a sudden he comes out and he's killing it, and you're like, "Yeah, I got that."
You're saying this is just a fourth round in a rookie draft, not like in a startup, right?
No, in a rookie.
Yeah,
draft.
Just a regular rookie draft. Yeah,
or even our draft. Like you said, we're doing our draft. Because we already have an established team, and you're looking like, where am I going through a flyer? I made a trade to give me a second, fourth round pick, and Brendan Rice is sitting right there. Maybe I'm going Brendan Rice right here, and that might really pan out for you.
I don't know. Like they're so interesting because you have McConkey, then you have Palmer, and then QJ, right? That's 1, 2, 3.
And all three of those are suspect.
But you can't deny what DJ Chark can do.
Yeah.
He's not the one that scares me.
I don't know, man.
I think the Rice name to get him on the team. And then him playing slot with your dad being your coach could be something special. But the greatest receiver of all time being your coach once again, it's in this area on the West Coast where the name Rice means something. And he has talent. Yeah, I think so.
Okay. That's kind of figured.
I got one more for you. You're talking third and fourth. I saw one guy name popped up a lot who also has pedigree. His dad was in the NFL. His brother's currently in the NFL. His name is Luke McCaffrey.
Yeah, Luke McCaffrey. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like he might be another one you might want to take a flyer on.
Let's just go back to Washington. Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying. I wasn't talking about his team. I'm just saying.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, his own brother was calling GMs like, you need to draft him. He's going to be good.
Justin Fields will be a steal in the draft. Watch, he will be playing everywhere. I don't think he's going to play everywhere. I have friends in the Pittsburgh area.
I think I'm
hearing that he is literally fighting. They're splitting first team reps right now. So when they come back for the summertime, they're going to be splitting.
I'm telling you, he is mad as shit.
Like
he is mad.
Don't be surprised if we're sitting here week 4, week 5, and he's the starting quarterback of that team, and he never lets it go. And all of a sudden,
believe in him.
Justin Fields.
When's the Chicago game? Do they play Chicago this year?
No, I'm glad.
No, they don't, right? No. Yeah, you're right. They don't. No. I remember that. I'm now thinking about it. I just covered the Steelers. I'm like, I remember talking about him, and I'm so glad you weren't there that day. Because I trash talked the Bears so much that it was really bad because of what they did.
You can't do what you did to what you did to that quarterback. And I think he was going to be a starting quarterback. And I wouldn't be surprised he's starting quarterback in Pittsburgh for a decade. And they got him for a 6th round draft pick.
Hell yeah.
What? Like, come on, man. Whatever. I don't even want to.
We won't open up those scars, man.
I'm not ready.
We won't open up those scars, bro.
Pickens, Amari Cooper, or Scary Terry? Where are you looking?
Amari Cooper, Scary Terry. to pick up, I'm probably taking Pickens. And I don't even like that. Damn, these options are like Amari's done, I think, soon.
No, you see his years, what he did last year?
Yeah, but I don't know. And then no, I'm taking Pickens. Taking Pickens.
Amari Cooper is wide receiver 20.
I know, but for how long?
I agree with that. For how long? That's
from a dynasty standpoint, I'd probably go Pickens.
I'm taking this as a dynasty standpoint right here. Yeah. I'm taking
because Cooper's just turned 30. Amari Cooper just turned 30.
That's what scares me, man. Like Pickens, he could be good for the next 2 years, but then after that,
Pickens is like still in his early 20s. So.
Yeah, I could have Pickens for next 5, 6, who's still in his prime. Like,
and he's a wide receiver 25.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
And Terry McLaurin, he's
in the middle
of talented,
it.
Though.
He is.
He's 28. He's with a quarterback now that's learning how to play. He could be good. I will almost go Pickens, McLaurin, then Cooper. As far as dynasty goes,
that's my order. That's my Pickens, McLaurin, and then Cooper. That's the order I'll go with. I'm not opposed to that one.
Yeah. Rasta in here. What's up? Just tuning in. What up, fellas? What's up, Rasta, man? That's awesome.
Yeah, but for overall, look, this dynasty, like, this is the time. Like, we got 2 more weeks before anything, right? Us dynasty players are like, damn, this is the worst 3 weeks of our life. Like, after OTAs, like the mandatory crap, it is 3 weeks of absolutely nothing. They're on vacation. Everyone's on vacation for 3 weeks. They get to do whatever they want, as long as they're staying in trouble. But then if one of these players do something stupid, the next week now, right?
Yep. So we're looking like 17th is when people are starting to come in for summer. So right now we have 2 weeks of just seeing what the hell's going on, seeing if anyone does anything stupid that could ruin all your stuff. And you know what? And people could be doing drafts, and you draft someone in the 5th round, and they could do something stupid while they're on vacation.
I don't recommend doing any drafts in this time period. Like, this is the most coldest time to do it. Like, there ain't nothing happening, and the news right now is just Brandon Ayuk. That's it. That is the only news we have been getting, and it's just Brandon Ayuk. And you know what? This man's loving it. Why? Because he wakes up, he looks at his phone, and it's Brandon Ayuk. It's me. And he's right. It is his time. He's right. If you looked at his post, it is his time. It really is. He's that good.
I mean, you have to strike while the iron's hot. And, he had a great year last year. And if you want to get paid, that's the only way you're going to get paid.
Yeah. And look, I'm not worried about him. He's a talented dude. He's going to be in the NFL for a very long time. And he knows it. He knows it. But I do like what he said. And I agree 100% for what he said. He said, for the last few years, I have been under this man or measured up to this man. And you could tell who they were. Kittle and Debo. They were measured. Yep. He was measured up to them, or he was compared to this man. But now, that's the only news we're getting. And again, I can't stand watching baseball. Sorry to my baseball fans out there. I'm sorry. I can't do it anymore. The D-backs have hurt me so much, I just left the sport. Yes, they made the World Series last year, but they did absolutely nothing. They had one chance to bring me back. And they didn't. They just plunked.
You don't know
like
pain.
The damn Coyotes
you don't know pain. I have 2 teams here that took 85 years and over 106 years to win championships.
You
no matter. Like, that means my entire life we had won nothing. My entire life we had won nothing. To 2006, I had not seen a baseball championship at all. Yeah, so like,
listen, listen, you're talking to a Falcons fan. Okay, we don't even know. Okay, like, we've been there. Like, trust me, I know the feeling. Okay, The early 2000s, all we did was make playoffs. That's all we did. But nobody cared because we were just getting knocked out by the second or third round anyways.
You had a whole dance, man. What you talking about?
Listen. I know it. Okay, just don't. No, listen. It is what it is. But as for Dynasty goes, I strongly suggest don't do a draft during these weeks. Wait till the first day, because then you'll hear who just busted up their ankle or just tore a muscle or something. Like it happens. It happens. Just
happens
chill.
more than you expect, guys. But that's why you gotta get ready for this stuff. Unfortunately, my Dynasty draft, I don't know who our commissioner is, but somehow we have a draft coming up in the next week. Just saying.
It's a slow draft.
We have
I'm saying startups. Don't do a startup. Startup.
That's the worst thing you can do is do a first round startup and then the dude tore his knee up. Or you did last year and you put Nick Chubb on your first round draft pick, and then next thing you know, it's all over.
And this is all right. So if you're if you have a dynasty already established, this could be a good time because there's literally nothing going on. There's literally nothing going on.
Argue and trade and do all the stupid stuff, and then we find out stupid it will be in 2 weeks.
Just saying. But no, like if you're doing a startup, absolutely not. If you're like, I don't mind, because this would be the last week, right? No, you said hold on.
No, we have
2 more weeks. No, yeah. I thought it already 1 week, 2 weeks already went by.
So no one reports to camp until
the 20th was the last day. So you got another week
because you had three and a half weeks off.
Is it 3.5? So the 20th was the last day.
Yeah.
Okay, and then
they get 24 days off.
We're hitting the second week, and then
rookies are going to report in 2 weeks.
Gotcha. Okay. No, hey, don't give me that. This is the perfect time to do a dynasty draft for ones that are established already. Okay. The startups is what I'm saying. Don't do it.
We're doing an 8-hour long draft, so we on next week. We're going to be telling you guys all about it, and hopefully, I'm doing a pick, or one of us is doing a pick during the show, so we can talk about it as we're doing the draft. So for the rest of this week, Tuesday will be the Panda Grizzly show. I will be talking about the Bears. I have a good topic coming up for Tuesday. Wednesday will be on the Dynasty Pylon. Me and Martin, we'll finally be able to talk and have some fun and talk about fun stuff instead of how the structure. And then next Sunday we'll be back here again. As I said, we'll be talking about our draft. We'll be talking about things that you guys want to talk about. Come in with your questions. We're here to answer any of them. We'll give you rankings. We'll give you advice. Anything you need, we will be here for you. Martin, you got anything else for the night?
I'll start up the teams up here again soon. I just needed a break. It was getting to a point where I was getting frustrated doing them.
Yeah.
So
he talks an hour about any of your teams. So you've seen the ones he's already done.
I've already done half the league already. In a matter of weeks. So I'm behind already. I don't know what I was thinking of doing this schedule right here. This is madness. It's like 3 weeks. It's like 3 hours of research.
All the stuff.
It's like 3 hours of research prior to the team, so I know what I'm talking about. And then I'm like, dude, no, ain't no way. Like, I'm going to knock out the rest of these teams in the month of July at a reasonable pace, but I don't know what I was thinking. I was going to get to.
Right now, we got the Eagles coming up, right?
Yeah. I don't know when I'll do it either. I might take another day off. I don't know. We'll see.
So we got 12 teams to do. We'll be doing 12 more teams. Check out. We always have your alert on. So as soon as he goes live, you guys can check it out. Martin's been doing a wonderful job. I will be with him on Wednesday. So I'm trying to probably get on for them. Maybe I'll be on the Green Bay episode. Oh my God. Can you imagine being on the Green Bay episode?
No, I wouldn't do that to you. I wouldn't do that. Because if anything, I'll probably end up taking another day off. If anything, we might end up doing Jags on Wednesday morning.
That would be perfect.
Maybe the Lions Wednesday morning.
I don't mind the Lions or the Jags. So that'd be fun.
I might take another day off. Like this, yeah. We'll see.
But that's what we're going to be going on this week. We'll be back here again, 10 o'clock on the morning spike. Please join us, guys. Anthony says, I'll draft Blake Corum. Dynasty, me too. I like it.
I think he's the only one that's probably going to be relevant this year. Like,
I mean,
good enough to be
Kyron
50-50.
Williams messes up, man. Come on.
I don't think even I think they'll still use them both. They'll use them both regardless of the fact. Yeah. Well, guess what, my friend? When you come draft with us, that ain't gonna happen. All right.
You know he's gonna randomize it. No matter, make sure
randomize that crap if you hit number 1. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. The only time you got lucky last time, because our friend here, Zion, was how are you doing, by the way?
What's up, Zion?
Did that draft, and he doesn't know our rules. Okay, so you got lucky that 101 freaking
it's happened to fall to you, and you were able to grab it.
Yeah, no, just
never
again,
wait. Anthony.
Just
wait till Wednesday. We'll make sure you don't get it. All right.
All right, guys.
All right, guys. Thanks, guys, for joining us. We will talk to you again on Tuesday with the Panda and Grizzly Show, and Wednesday on Dynasty Pylon. Thanks, guys. Out.